It's springtime in the suburbs of Wichita, Kansas, and best friends Scotty and Kevin are gearing up for their final month of senior year. As next-door neighbors, they've known each other their entire life and do everything together, from being on the same soccer team and getting their first job together at Dairy Queen. One night, Scotty and Kevin decide to sneak out to this overpass about 20 miles outside of the city to watch a storm off in the distance and to talk about life after graduation. Little does Kevin know, Scotty has a big secret that's tearing him up inside. As the storm rolls in over the plains, Scotty's eyes well up and Kevin can't help but ask, "What's wrong?" Scotty breaks down crying and confesses, "Kevin, I'm gay." Kevin is shocked, speechless, and quickly begins to yell, "So you're the one that rumors about. You're the one that was caught kissing a sophomore in the janitor's closet. No, this can't be true. You can't be gay. Why did you tell me this? This changes everything." Out of nowhere, the storm quickly turns into a tornado and headed directly for them. As the storm rages on, Scotty begins to yell at Kevin, I wish you were gay. I wish you knew what it was like to be in my shoes. It's not easy." The tornado slams into the overpass. Everything goes black. Everything goes silent. The next morning, Kevin wakes up, gets ready for school, turns on the morning news to find coverage on the storm, but there's nothing, as if it never happened. Instead, he becomes mesmerized by the news anchor's handsome good looks and piercing blue eyes. Kevin quickly snaps out of it as his mother shouts, "Honey, you'll be late for school," runs out the door, confused as to what's happening to him. Surely enough, he's late to school and runs through the empty halls to get to class, turns the corner and spots the sophomore from the janitor's closet. His heart skips a beat. Kevin thinks to himself, "I'm no longer in Kansas anymore. This can't be happening," and immediately texts Scotty to ask him to meet up and talk about what happened last night.
Scotty responds back with, "Who dis?" Kevin looks perplexed. "This is Kevin, your best friend your whole life. I want to talk to you about what you said last night." Scotty responds, "I don't know, Kevin. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about last night. I'm so confused. Who dis?" Kevin responds, "It's Kevin. We grew up next to each other. We're best friends. Last night you came out to me that you were gay, and I just want to talk to you about it." Scotty responds with, "I don't know who you are. I don't want to know you. Just leave me alone. Stop bothering me. Stop texting me. I don't know a Kevin." Kevin is so confused. So he goes through school and he's looking for Scotty all day. He finally catches him after school ends. He runs up to Scotty, gives him a hug, says, "Man, we need to talk. I know how you feel," all that stuff. Scotty looks so confused. He pushes him back. Says, "Man, I don't know who you are. You got to leave me alone. Stop bothering me. I don't know how you got my phone number." Kevin says, "What are you talking about? We were just at the overpass last night." Scotty says, "I don't know you. Leave me alone." Kevin says, "I understand. You might be confused. I was too. I didn't handle it right last night. It's all right. Everything's good." He goes to give him a hug. Scotty pushes him back, and all you see is Kevin hitting the ground. Scotty punched Kevin in the face. He says, "Man, y'all need to leave me alone. Don't get near me. Get away from me. I'm over this. I don't know who you are. Leave me alone." Kevin goes home, and he doesn't know what's going on. He's so confused. He's like, "We were just out last night. Something's going on because there's no coverage of the tornado. I don't know what's going on. This is ridiculous. This is not like Scotty. I got to figure out what's going on. I'm going to go over to his house."
And Kevin was having such a hard time with this. He just couldn't believe that his best friend of his whole life was acting like he didn't even know who he was. What about all those times that we scored goals together on soccer? What about all those shifts that we got in trouble together at Dairy Queen? Like, what am I missing here? So finally he pulled up to Scotty's house and knocked on the door. And Scotty answered. "Yo, listen, dude. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to get at or who put you up to this or what, but it's not funny. I don't know you like that, so leave me alone." Kevin says, "Scotty, listen, before you shut the door, just listen to me. Like, what? I don't understand what's going on. We used to play on the same soccer team as little kids. We worked all those shifts together at Dairy Queen." Scotty said, "Let me stop you right there, Kevin. Yes, I do know who you are, but I don't know you like that. You've always been the weird kid that, is always by themselves, not really, interacting with everyone. And then we all figured out why. Because you came out in middle school that you were gay. So, I'm not trying to be mean or hateful, but I just don't know you like that. We never got close at Dairy Queen or during soccer because, you kind of seem disconnected and distant. And I just, I'm sorry, but we're not friends. And Scotty just shut the door. Kevin turned around and started walking back like, what does he mean I came out in middle school? Like, just last night he was telling me that he was the one that was ashamed and had something to tell me. So Kevin started walking back towards his house and just contemplating what he was going to do. And the only person he could think to call was his mom. So he picked up the phone and called.
Please enjoy this ringback tone while your party is being reached. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I got to let it show. Hello? Hey, Mom. This is Kevin. I'm so confused right now. I need you so much right now, Mom. Are you free? Yes, Kevin. I'm free. Mom, I'm having the longest day in my life. I went over to Scotty's house, who's been my best friend forever. You remember Scotty, right? No, I've never heard you talk about him. Is he like a new flame? Did you guys break up? It's okay, Kevin. It's okay. I knew days like this were gonna come, and I thought I'd be very prepared for it. No. Wait, Mom. Wait. No. What do you mean you don't know Scotty? All those times you took us to soccer practice? All those times that you took us to work at Dairy Queen? What do you mean you don't know Scotty, Mom? Kevin, you've never talked about Scotty. I've never heard you say anything ever about Scotty. I'm sorry, baby. Mom, I can't. You know what? Put Dad on the phone. Oh no, honey. No. Are you okay? Mom, just put Dad on the phone. I know he'll remember Scotty. Kevin, I thought we'd never have to go through this. But, your dad left us when you were in middle school.
Hello, Kevin, you there? Kevin! Silence again. He doesn't know what to do. Kevin's mind is racing because his world is unraveled in front of him. So he just says, Mom, I'll be home in a little bit. I have a few questions I need to ask you. Okay, see you soon. So Kevin's driving home, and his head is just racing. He doesn't know what's going on. Just yesterday, his dad was around. He had Scotty, his best friend, was coming out to him. Yeah, he didn't handle it well. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't know how to react to it. And then all of a sudden he wakes up and everything is different. Scotty doesn't know who he is. He has no dad. He doesn't have the slightest clue what's going on. So he gets home. He walks up to his mom. Mom, I need you to answer something for me. Where was I last night? Was I home all night? And was there a storm yesterday? What? You were asleep like 10 o'clock and there was no storm, no nothing. Kevin is baffled by that because he knows he was out at the overpass last night and there was a storm. So he starts thinking, and he's just thinking of all the movies he's watched. He's like, there's no way this is going to be happening to me. Those are movies. It doesn't happen to me. This is no way. This isn't Wizard of Oz happening to me. There's no way. There's nothing like that could happen. Well, he has no idea what's going on. He's trying to figure it out, so he's running around trying to piece everything together, writing notes for himself, and all that kind of stuff. He turns on the TV, sees the weatherman, and the weatherman says, be careful, in the next 4 or 5 days, we're going to have some bad storms. He's like, okay, well, I need to go back to the overpass and see if I can figure out what's going on during that storm.
Ooh, honey, I don't know if that's the best idea. Kevin was startled. He jumped and turned. Who in the hell are you? Oh, sugar, don't you worry about me. I am your fairy game mother. Kevin's jaw dropped. My fairy what?
Ooh, your fairy gay mother. I'm here to help. I was watching you ever since that storm came along. Kevin jumped up. Finally! Someone who knows about the storm. Oh my gosh, I was starting to think that I was going crazy. Oh, no, sweetheart. You are not going crazy. I actually came because Scotty asked for some help. Kevin looked puzzled. What do you mean Scotty asked for help? Well, darling, I don't know if you noticed, but you didn't exactly take the news that Scotty broke to you very well. So, right as the storm hit, Scotty was saying he wished that you could understand what he was going through. And that's where the fairy gay mother comes into play. Okay, but I don't understand, like, how does Scotty not even remember me? Now my dad's missing. What is going on? Ooh, darling, have you ever actually paid attention to Scotty's life outside of just what you see when you see him? Kevin started to think back. Now he thought about it, he remembered Scotty's dad had left him in middle school. Was he living his life through Scotty's family now? You're a smart one. But not exactly. Because if you notice one big difference between your life and Scotty's life, your best friend isn't there for you right now, is he?
I can't believe this. I just don't understand. We're best friends. I don't understand how he could wish something on me like this and then it actually come true where we switch lives. This is awful. How could you do this? What kind of fairy are you? Child, I'm a gay God fairy is what I am. But anyway, this is the reason why it worked since you want to know so much. Let me tell you. This is why the friendship that you showed Scotty wasn't pure. You was a friend around him when you was around him, and when you wasn't around him, well, we know how that goes. The same friendship that y'all have right now, him not knowing you, is how you treat him behind his back. True friends are friends all the time. One of these days, you guys are going to change the world, you and his friendship. So you have 5 days before this is reversed or before you're set back. You can go back into his life, but you have to get Scotty back to that bridge with you without forcing him. He has to go on his own. What did you just say? I don't know how I'm going to do that. You got to figure it out. And once you get there, your lives will be back to normal. Hopefully, you will learn something from this, child. So go on, go make your friends. Oh, I forgot to tell you. The same urges that Scotty had, you'll have. The same intuitions, the same thoughts, you'll have. So good luck, have fun, and enjoy the world through our eyes. Oh my God.
Day 1. Kevin wakes up, slaps the alarm clock. Man, that was a weird dream. I can't believe that. There's no way that was real. Definitely craziest dream I've ever had. Turns on the TV, and then he sees the weather is on. The first thing that catches his eye is the weatherman, and he has a thought, and he says, man, he's cute. And then he shrugs it off, and he says, no, that's not me, that's not how I feel. So he walks downstairs and says, Mom, hey, where's Dad? I haven't seen him this morning. Honey, we've had this conversation multiple times. I don't know what to tell you. You know he's a weak man. He left us when you were in middle school because he could not handle who you are as a person. When you came out to us, it just hit him hard and he couldn't deal with it, so he left. And we're better without him. Kevin's flabbergasted. He doesn't know what to say. So he doesn't say anything. He just goes to school all day. He can't think anything. He's not thinking straight. Only thing he's thinking back to is middle school days when Scotty was struggling in school and being very distant from people. And he's thinking, man, I can't believe Scotty had to deal with this. And the fact that he came out to me after he last time he came out, he lost a family member. That shows true strength. I can't believe I treated him the way I did. I got to make this right. This doesn't make sense. I got to make this right for me and for him. So he asks his classmate, hey, where's Scotty? I haven't seen him today. The classmate says he was sick. Kevin says, okay. So Kevin goes home, gets some soup, goes over to Scotty's, knocks on the door. Scotty's sister answers the door. He says, hey, yes, I made this soup. Can you give this to Scotty and just let him know I'm sorry for the way I acted, and I would love to talk to him tomorrow, and can we start fresh?
Kevin was walking home, and he didn't really know what to think or what to expect. When all of a sudden, right before he got to his house, he got a text message. It was from Scotty. Kevin couldn't open his phone fast enough. When he read the text message, it said, hey man, just want to say thanks for stopping by and bringing soup. No one else from school decided to check on me today, so I thought it was pretty cool that someone I barely know would. Hope you're alright, and maybe I'll see you at school tomorrow. Thanks again. Yes! Kevin started jumping up and down. Finally, he got the interaction with Scotty he had been craving for so long. But now, what was he going to do when he saw Scotty tomorrow at school? Kevin finally made it home, and all night he was like a kid on Christmas Eve. He just couldn't go to bed. He finally had his best friend back, he thought. Well, if nothing else, it was at least a foot in the door. Finally, Kevin was able to get his mind to calm down and go to bed. Day number 2. Kevin woke up. He was so excited about school that day that he was an hour early to get ready. His mother saw him early and was like, Kevin, who are you? You're early. Normally I'm having to kick you out the door 5 minutes past time. Mom, don't you worry. Me and Scotty are meeting up at school today to talk, and I just think it's going to be a great day, and I can't wait to get back and tell you about it. All right then, honey. I hope you have a great day at school today, and I hope that you and this Scotty get to talk about everything that's on your mind. Kevin couldn't help but just roll his eyes at his mom and head out the door. He couldn't wait to see Scotty at school that day.
So on Kevin's commute to school, all he can think about was, don't embarrass yourself, man. Don't come off too strong. Make sure that, he's not offended by anything that you say. But just knowing that I have the upper hand because I know everything that it is to know about Scotty. We were like best friends. So this should be easy. Oh, I got a text message. Let me open this. Hey, you have been dodging me. When I see you at school, it's on site. Who is what? Well, I didn't do anything. I have no idea. Oh, who is this? And it's an anonymous number too. Oh gosh. So Kevin pulls up at school and he's standing outside the front of the school and he's thinking to himself like, should I go in? Should I stay out here? My only opportunity to meet Scotty and see Scotty is within that school. And if I don't go, then I won't get a chance to get him under that bridge. Golly. Man, these decisions that I have to make. And this is only day 2. Jesus. Okay, here we go. Here goes nothing. Push the school doors open and he sees Scotty at the end of the hall. And as he approaches Scotty, he feels a little pressure. And that pressure pushes him into the closet and it's completely dark in there. Hear a voice say, hey, I told you about running your mouth. You need to keep quiet. You're going to have my boys and everybody on the football team jump me. And he goes, I have no idea, Kevin. I have no idea what's going on. Dude, I hadn't said anything. Please, man. What's going on? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You spreading these rumors, which are not rumors. It truly happened, but that was just an experiment. And I apologize for that. I have no idea. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Please. And as he did, he fixed the light on.
When he turns on the light, it's Marcus, the sophomore from the rumor about the 2 guys in the janitor's closet. Marcus tells Kevin, I know you were the one spreading these rumors. I know you've been telling these people you need to keep your mouth shut or I'm going to make it a lot worse on you. Kevin says, hey, I had nothing to do with this. This is nothing. I had no control over anything. I haven't said a word. I would never do that to you. Marcus tells him, hey, if I hear it came from you, I'm going to beat you down. I'm not going to just talk to you. We're going to do a lot. I'm going to do a lot worse to you. Kevin says, you ain't going to hear nothing from me. So Marcus leaves. Kevin walks out. He sees Scotty off in the distance. So he walks over to Scotty and he says, hey, Scotty, I appreciate you give me an opportunity. I want to just explain. I've been going through a lot of things right now, and for some reason I've just been drawn to you. So I just want to start fresh if that's possible. Scotty tells him, hey man, I understand. I appreciate what you did by bringing me the suit. Nobody else did that. It meant a lot to me. I think we can start over. We can start fresh. No problem. Kevin says, perfect. Day 3. Kevin wakes up. He's all excited because he gets to start fresh with Scotty. He heads to school. As soon as he walks in school, everybody's giving him these weird looks. And he's not sure what's going on. He's walking around, and he just gets all these weird looks, and all of a sudden he gets a text message. And it's just this long story about how Kevin is gay, and everybody's calling him out, and there's just a big tagline. Everybody's making jokes about him and all this stuff. And Kevin is hurt tremendously. And he's thinking back to when Scotty had to deal with all this, and if Scotty had this all happen to him, what he would do and how he would act. One thing that he didn't know, though, is Scotty's going around and actually telling these people to stop doing this. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Don't mess with them.
Kevin was just, he didn't know what to think. His phone kept going off, and he just was getting lost in all the turmoil. But finally, he got a different type of alert to his phone. It was a weather alert. Tornado warning in the area tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Oh my goodness, Kevin started freaking out. Wait, I could have swore I had 2 more days, and now I have to have him there by tomorrow? What? There's no way. Just then, while Kevin was freaking out, Scotty bumped into him. Hey man, I just want you to know I've been seeing everything you've been going through today, and I hope you know that I've been telling people that it's wrong and to leave you alone, and I've decided that I'm willing to hear you out and listen to what you have to say. I know I've been kind of putting you off, but you just let me know when and where you want to meet. It was like the weight of the world had lifted off of Kevin's shoulders. He said, yes, oh my gosh, this is perfect. Listen, don't ask me any questions. Just meet me tomorrow under the bridge at 2:45. All right, man, sounds good. Hope you're all right. Kevin was so excited he ran out of school, and he went home and set his alarm for the next day. Day 4. Kevin was so distracted the whole day in school, he could barely even tell you what he learned that day. He finally went to the bridge. He was so anxious. The weather was, you could tell it was getting bad. He's looking around. Would Scotty show? He would obviously know that the weather was bad. Scotty finally showed up. Kevin said, Scotty, I want you to know that no matter what in your life that you go through, I want you to know that I would be there for you, just like you've been there for me. About that time, Kevin looked over Scotty's shoulder and he saw the fairy godmother. That's what I like to hear, my child. Bippity boppity booyah. About that time, the tornado crashed into the bridge. Kevin woke up. Him and Scotty were embracing each other. He said, Scotty, I want you to know, you'll always be my best friend.
You are now listening to the Cinnamon and Sugar Podcast featuring D'Angelo Williams and Gary Barnage. You push play and they'll push the limit.